Welcome back to the Shropshire Kitchen Garden. It's early December now, first weekend in December. We've had our first few heavy frosts. The wind, the autumn storms have done the job of taking all the leaves off the trees. We're now into that sort of clear up and tidy and organised phase to get ready for next year. But there's always jobs to do, so come and have a look and see what I've been up to. The first thing we've got here is the purple sprouting broccoli. That will have been planted probably April or even May. It's still got a bit of growing to do. We'll start eating the first shoots off that possibly in January, but that should see us through to April, even May if we're lucky. Because you've got that classic hungry gap period, which is sort of April, May, when you're still eating the last of the, more or less finished the last crops, but your new crops aren't ready. This will help you with that. We've got winter veg, we've got leeks, we're having a good lot of those, we've got parsnips behind. I've also started planting for next year. So if you've seen some of my earlier videos, you'll see I've moved to this sort of no-dig environment. So what I've been doing is putting a layer of compost on top of the soil. That's what I've done here. And then directly into that I've planted broad beans. They've been in for maybe about 3 weeks now. I'm going to cover them over with fleece today so that they start getting protected from the winter weather. And we should be eating them sort of May, June next year. And I've done the same with onions. The more traditional way with onions is to actually plant them in the spring, February, March. But you can get autumn varieties, and that's what I planted in here. The idea being that you should harvest the crop maybe a month earlier than the spring-grown vegetables, which means you can get the next crop in there, constantly cycling. And in the polytunnel, well, it's all looking a little bit forlorn in here. We had the final tomatoes all killed off by the frosts this week, so job today is to give that a good clearing down. But I've also, I was very kind to given a lemon tree earlier this year. Now normally that stays outside, but I've brought that in over the winter. You can see we've got a lemon there. You'll also see we've got the beginnings of some flowers. A bit of an experiment, we'll see how we get on with that, but lovely in the gin and tonic. I've also moved to actually using some of the soil in the polytunnel through the winter. So these are various salad crops. We've got beetroot, lettuce, spring onion, spinach, radishes and carrots. All planted in October. We've had a few of the radishes already. The lettuce is more or less ready to start. This idea, we've got to constantly be trying to use as much of the soil as we can in as productive a fashion as possible. Far better to minimise those air miles, travel miles of the veg coming from halfway around the world. Anyway, it's a busy Saturday ahead of me, so I better get on with all of my jobs. Good to see you. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.